So today we are going to discuss a very sensitive topic, which is why people cheat. If you are someone who has cheated on somebody, or you are someone who has been cheated on by somebody, we are going to be covering both these cases and how to deal with this kind of trauma. Let's just be honest. Once we are in a relationship and there are problems that unfold, and once these problems start unfolding, do you have the mental maturity to sustain that relationship even after you're facing those problems? Are you the kind of person who's not going to get bored 3 years, 4 years, 6 years later after dating the same person? Are you someone who's not going to cheat? Are you sure about that? And how to be sure about that? That is the main question. If you do these two things, I can ensure that you will never cheat in a relationship. Doesn't matter if it's a long-term relationship, it's a short-term relationship, if it is a relationship that is creating so many problems, you'll be able to verify when to leave, or you'll be able to verify how to deal with that particular situation. Only if you manage to somehow build these two skill sets. And what are these two skill sets that I'm talking about? Number one, self-validation. And number two, being a complete person. So let's talk about the number one skill that I just mentioned, which is self-validation. And why it is important if you do not want to cheat in your relationship. So when I talk about self-validation, the number one problem that I am referring here to is seeking validation. Right? If you're somebody who seeks validation constantly from others, there's a high chance that you will cheat in your next relationship. Doesn't matter if it is a long-term relationship or a short-term relationship. But let's say you're seeking validation of you being pretty from a man. You're seeking validation of you being intellectual from a man. There's a high chance that when you're in a relationship, some of your insecurities are going to get triggered by your partner, right? And when this happens, there's a very high chance that you run to outsiders for seeking that sort of validation, because you are insecure within yourself. Now you want somebody else's validation to tell you that no, you're an intelligent person. No, you are a beautiful person. And the number of insecurities that you have is directly proportional to the number of chances, or the percentage of chances of you cheating in a relationship. So you have to, in order to self-validate yourself, in order to build that skill, you have to firstly identify your insecurities. The second step after you have identified these insecurities is to actually understand what these insecurities are demanding from you. For example, if I'm insecure about my beauty, what will happen is that I'll seek validation from other people to tell me that I'm beautiful. Now, what is this insecurity demanding from me? This insecurity is telling me that, Sia, go and self-validate yourself. Daily look into the mirror and tell yourself that you are beautiful. You are a beautiful person. You have been created by God. You are gorgeous in every way possible, right? So you have to identify your insecurities. Then you have to affirm and self-validate yourself with the help of these insecurities. And this is how you're going to build your self-confidence and self-esteem, so that in future, when in a relationship, even if your insecurities get triggered, you are able to deal with them because you know how to self-validate yourself. These all things will help you generate a higher amount of self-love towards yourself. And once you love yourself, you respect yourself, you start self-validating yourself, you are no more a prisoner to your insecurities. So the second most important skill that we need to build in order to ensure that we are somebody who creates a healthy environment in a relationship and who does not cheat in a relationship is being a complete person. And who is a complete person? The number one question, because there are so many of us, and amongst us, who are these people who are complete, and who are these people to whom we term as incomplete? Basically, as a person, if I am somebody who lacks in a certain skill set, now all of us lack in certain skills, right? Some of us have low IQ, some of us might have low self esteem, some of us has low emotional intelligence. There are multiple fields wherein people lack, right? One person cannot be amazing in all the fields. So the problem is not that you're lacking in these fields. The problem is that you're not identifying that you're lacking in these fields. You're not accepting that you're lacking in these fields. And then what do is you seek other person's company, other person's effort, so that the skill sets that you lack within you, they complete it, right? For example, if I am somebody who is not emotionally content in my own life, what am I going to do, right? I'm going to seek somebody else. I'm going to seek somebody else's company who's going to come into my life and create that emotional contentment. Whereas this is my own lack, this is my own problem. I should be able to identify it, accept this about me, and then work on this. Create emotional content in my life, right? So this is how you identify if a person is complete or a person is incomplete. Complete people do not require other people's intervention in their life to ensure that they are happy, to ensure that they are feeling content, to ensure that they are feeling mentally peaceful, right? They create that mental peace, they create that emotional content in their life, due to which when the other person comes into their life, they basically add to their mental peace, they basically add to the contentment that is already present in their life. If you are seeking somebody who should bring these things into your life, what you are doing indirectly is squeezing out that person's energy and effort into yourself for your own good, so that you can grow, which is wrong. In this way, you are not catering to the other person. In this way, there's a high chance that the other person might get exhausted while fulfilling your needs, which is not something we want for our loved ones, right? So before entering into a relationship, and to ensure that you do not cheat in your next relationship, this is a very important factor. You should be able to identify whether you are a complete person or an incomplete person. A complete person enjoys their own company, and if you are somebody who struggles with it, because let's be honest, loneliness is a serious problem, right? And if you are struggling with that, there are so many things that you can do to enjoy, to learn to enjoy your own company. If you want to know more about it, you can comment on the mention on this video below, and I'll be sharing some of the tricks that have helped me to become a complete person, wherein I'm able to enjoy my company as a whole, and I do not need other person's interference to fulfill my cup. Coming back to why do certain people cheat? Now, the things that I just mentioned before coming to this part of the video are the reason mostly why people cheat. They seek validation from other people, or secondly, they are not a complete person as a whole. But sometimes, even when a person does not seek validation, even when the person is complete person can cheat because they have low morals. Now, I previously discussed two skill sets, which were self-validation and being a complete person. Is there a chance that even after you did two of those things, is there a chance that you might cheat in your relationship? The answer is 99% no. Why I am taking that 1% out of this statement is because you cannot be sure of certain universal strategies that universe makes. For example, if I have to tell you, there can be times when you might be self-validating yourself, you might be a complete person, still you might fall in love with a toxic person, because you can ensure that you do not cheat in a relationship, but you do not, and your partner might not also cheat in a relationship, right? But still, that does not guarantee that that is a happy and healthy relationship. So once you are a complete person, once you are somebody who self-validates yourself, still there are chances that you might get into a toxic relationship. Very less chances of you getting into a toxic relationship after you have done that much of work on yourself. But still, it's universe, anything can happen. In that case, I would say it can be a karmic situation, right? Because see, there are a lot of things we do for ourselves. We love ourselves, we work on ourselves. But still, you cannot fight with the universe. You cannot fight with certain things that are written in your destiny. In that case, you might say that you have attracted a karmic partner. That's it. But apart from this, if you have done these two things and there's universal blessings working in your favor, there is no chance that you are going to get cheated or you are going to be someone who cheats in a relationship, because God rewards our efforts, right? God sees our efforts. So this is the spiritual side of this video that I really wanted to highlight. When you are in a happy, healthy relationship, your partner is offering you everything, you are a complete person, your partner is a complete person, it's a healthy dynamic, still you feel the need or you feel attracted to somebody, simply that's character, nothing else. Low morals, nothing else, nothing else. Not even universe. Yeah. With this, we are going to end this video. Thank you for watching.